1.2 Evolution of Computer. From the simple calculator to modern day powerful data processor computing device have evolved in a relatively short span of time. The evolution of computing device is shown through a timeline at figure 1.5. The von Neumann architecture is shown in the figure 1.4. It consists of a central processing unit for processing arithmetic and logical instructions, a memory to store data and program input and output devices, and communication channels to send receive the output data. Electronic numerical integrator and computer ENIAC is the first binary programmable computer based on von Neumann architecture. During the 1970s, large-scale integration (LSI) of electronic circuit allow integration of complete CPU on a single chip called microprocessor. यहाँ पर कंप्यूटर के इवैल्यूएशन के बारे में बताया गया है कि कैसे एक सिंपल कैलकुलेटर से एक पावरफुल प्रोसेसिंग मशीन बनाई गई। सबसे फर्स्ट वॉन न्यूमैन ने एक आर्किटेक्चर बनाया जिसमें इनपुट डिवाइस था, सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट थी, मेमोरी थी और आउटपुट डिवाइसेस थे। इसके बाद जब LSI आया 1917 में, तो लार्ज स्केल इंटीग्रेशन, जैसे कि हमने माइक्रोप्रोसेसर्स बनाए। माइक्रोप्रोसेसर में बहुत लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ सर्किट्स होते हैं जो सेमीकंडक्टर मटेरियल के बने होते हैं, उनका यूज़ किया जाने लगा। Moore's law predicted exponential growth in numbers of transistors that could be assembled in a single microchip. ये बहुत सारे ट्रांजिस्टर्स थे जिनको एक ही IC चिप पर लगा दिया गया था और वो प्रोसेस कर रहे थे। In 1980s, the processing power of computer increased exponentially by integrated around 3 million components on a small size chip termed as very large scale integration. VLSI यानी कि Very Large Scale Integration, further advancement in technology has made it feasible to fabricate high density of transistors and other components, approximately 106 components on a single IC, called Super Large Scale Integration SLSI, shown in figure 1.6. IBM introduced its first personal computer for home users in 1981. Apple introduced Macintosh machine in 1984. The popularity of the PC surged by the introduction of graphical user interface. यहाँ पर मूरेज ने एक एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्रोथ को समझाया जिसके थ्रू एक सिंगल IC चिप में एक कंपोनेंट, बहुत सारे ट्रांजिस्टर्स को असेंबल किया गया, जिससे कि VLSI और SLSI का इन्वेंशन हुआ। IBM ने फर्स्ट कंप्यूटर दिया 1981 में, मैकिन्टोश यानी एप्पल ने 1984 में, और जो प्रॉपरली जो हम डेस्कटॉप यूज़ करते हैं वो अस्तित्व में तब आया जब ग्राफिकल यूज़र इंटरफेस को इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया। Based on operating system by Microsoft and other in place of computers with only command line interface like Unix or DOS around 1990s, the growth of World Wide Web। 1990s में DOS का इन्वेंशन हुआ और यूनिक्स का इन्वेंशन हुआ। The growth of World Wide Web further accelerated mass use of computer, and thereafter computers have become an indispensable part of daily life. Further, With the introduction of laptop, personal computer was made portable to get extent. This was followed by smartphones, tablet, and other personal digital assistant. These devices have leveraged the technological achievement in processor, many stations, many storations, faster memory, high-speed data, and connectivity mechanisms. The wearable gadgets such as a smartwatch, lenses, handbags, smartphones, further smart appliances are become a part of Internet IoT, Internet of Things, by leveraging the power of artificial intelligence. The next point is 1.3 computer memory. A computer system needs memory to store the data and instruction for processing. Whenever we talk about memory of computer system, we usually talk about the main primary memory. The secondary memory, also called a storage device, is used to store data, instruction, and result permanently and for future use. यहाँ पर कंप्यूटर मेमोरी की बात की जा रही है, जहाँ पर कंप्यूटर में दो टाइप की मेमोरीज होती हैं, प्राइमरी एंड सेकेंडरी। प्राइमरी मेमोरी में रैम एंड रोम आते हैं। रैम रैंडम एक्सेस मेमोरी, रोम रीड ओनली मेमोरी। सेकेंडरी मेमोरी जहाँ पर हम प्रोग्राम को परमानेंटली स्टोर कर सकते हैं और उसे इन फ्यूचर यूज़ कर सकते हैं। सेकेंडरी मेमोरी में हमारी हार्ड डिस्क, SSD और पेन ड्राइव्स आते हैं। 1.3.1 Unit of memory. A computer system uses binary numbers to store and process data. The binary digits 0 and 1, which are the basic unit of memory, are called bits. Further, these bits are grouped together from word. A 4-bit word is called a nibble. Example of nibble are 1001, 10101, etc. A 2-nibble word, 8-bit word, is called a byte. For example, these binary numbers, etc., like any other standard unit, bits are grouped together to make bigger chunks or units of memory. Table 1.1 show different measurement unit for digital data stored in computer memory. Here, kilobyte, that means KB, store 1024 bytes. MB, 1. Megabyte, 1 megabyte equal to 1024 KB. Gigabyte, 1 gigabyte equal to 1024 MB. Terabyte, 1 TB equal to 1024 GB. TB, petabyte, 10 petabyte, 1 petabyte equal to 1024 TB. Exabyte, 1 exabyte equal to 1024 PB. Zettabyte, 1 ZB equal to 1024 EB. Yottabyte, 1 Y yottabyte equal to 1024 ZB. Here we can discuss about type of memory. Human beings memorize many things over a lifetime and recall from memory to make a decision or take some action. However, we cannot rely on our memory. Primary memory. Primary memory is an essential component of a computer system. Program and data are loaded into the primary memory. Before processing, the CPU interacts directly with the primary memory to perform read-write operation. It is of two types: random access memory and read-only memory. Random access memory, that means RAM is volatile, that is as long as the power is supplied to the computer, it retains the data in it, but as soon as the power supply is turned off, all the content of RAM are wiped out. It is used to store data temporarily while the computer is working. Whenever the computer is started or a software application is launched, the required program and data are loaded into RAM for processing. RAM is usually referred to as main memory, and it is faster than the secondary memory or storage devices. On the other hand, ROM is non-volatile, meaning it contains are not loose even when the power is turned off. It is used as a small but faster permanent storage for the components which are rarely changed. For example, startup program bootloader that loads the operating system into RAM is stored in a ROM. Cache memory. RAM is faster than secondary storage but not as faster as a computer processor. So, because of RAM, a CPU may have to slow down to speed up the operation of the CPU. A very high speed memory is placed between the CPU and the primary memory, known as cache. It, is, it stores the copies of data from frequently accessed primary memory location, thus reducing the average time required to access data from primary memory. When the CPU needs to access memory, it first examines the cache. In case the requirement is met, it is read from the cache, otherwise the primary memory is accessed. Secondary memory. Primary memory has limited storage capacity and is either volatile or read-only. Thus, a computer system needs auxiliary or secondary memory to permanently store the data or instruction for future use. The secondary memory is non-volatile and has longer storage capacity than primary memory. It is slower and cheaper than the main memory, but it cannot be accessed directly by the CPU. Contents of secondary storage need to be first brought into the main memory for the CPU to access. Example for secondary memory device include hard disk, hard, hard drive, hard disk drive, CD, DVD, memory card, etc. However, these days there are secondary storage devices like solid state drive which support very fast data transfer speed as compared to earlier as HDDs. Also, data transfer between computers have become easier and simpler due to the availability of small size and portable flash pen drive. Data capturing, store, and retrieval. To process the data, we need to first input or capture the data. This is followed by its storage in a file or a database so that it can be used in the future. Whenever data is to be processed, it is first retrieved from the file database so that we can perform future further action on it. Data capturing. It involves the process of gathering data from different sources in digital form. Digital data may be captured using keyboard barcode readers used at shopping outlet as shown in figure. Remote sensors remote sensors on Earth orbiting satellites, etc. Comment port over multiple social media are also captured as data. Sometimes heterogeneity heterogeneity among data resource make data capture a complex task. Data storage. It is the process of storing the captured data for processing later. Nowadays, data is being produced at a very high rate, and therefore data storage has become a challenging task. However, the decrease in the cost of data storage device has helped in simplifying this task. There are numerous digital storage devices available in the market shown in figure 1.7. Data keep on increasing with time. Hence, the storage device also required to be upgraded periodically in large organizations. Computers with larger than fast storage called data servers are deployed to store vast amount of data. Such dedicated computer helps in processing data efficiently. However, the cost, both hardware and software, of setting up a data server as well as its maintenance is high, especially for small organizations and startups. Data retrieval. It involves fetching data from the storage device for its processing as per the user requirement. As database grow, the challenge involved in search and retrieval of the data in acceptable time also increase. Minimizing data access time is crucial for faster data processing. डेटा रिट्राइवल के लिए हम डेटाबेस को चूज करते हैं ताकि जो एक्सेस टाइम हो वो हमारा कम हो और डेटा फास्टली एक्सेस हो. 1.3.4 Data deletion and recovery. One of the biggest threats associated with digital data is deletion. The storage device can malfunction or crash down, resulting in the deletion of the stored data. User can accidentally erase data from storage device, or a hacker malware can delete the digital data intentionally. Deleting digitally stored data means changing the details of data at bit level, which can be very time consuming. Therefore, when any data is simply deleted, its address entry is marked as free. And deleting digitally stored data means changing details of data bit level, which can be a very time consuming. Therefore, when any data is simply deleted, its address entry is marked as free, and that much space shown as empty to the user without actually deleting the data. In case data get deleted accidentally or corrupt, there arises a need to recover the data. Recovery of the data is possible only if the contained memory space marked as deleted have not been overwritten by some Other data. Data recovery is a process of retrieving deleted, corrupt, and lost data from secondary storage devices. There are usually two security concerns associated with data. One is its deletion by some unauthorized person or software. Their concern can be avoided by limiting access to the computer system and using passwords for user account and file wherever possible. There is also an option of encrypting files to protect them from unwanted modification. The other concern is related to unwanted recovery of data by unauthorized user software. Many a times we discard our old broken or man- malfunctioning storage device without taking care to delete data. We assume that the contents of deleted files are permanently removed. However, if these storage device fail into the hand on mischief mongers, they can easily recover data from such devices. These pose these poses a threat to data confidently. This concern can be mitigated by using proper tools to delete or share data before dis- disposing of any old or faulty storage device. यहाँ पर कंसर्न है कि डेटा जो भी हमारे स्टोरेज डिवाइस ख़राब हो गए हैं उन्हें प्रॉपरली पहले डिलीट कर दिया जाए या इरेज कर दिया जाए, उसके बाद ही उसे जंक यार्ड में फेंका जाए या फिर उसे डिस्ट्रॉय किया जाए। अगर डिवाइस पूरी तरीके से ख़राब नहीं हुआ है और आपने उसको फेंक दिया तो डेटा जो है वो किसी और के थ्रू रिकवर किया जा सकता है और उस रिकवर डेटा से आपको कोई हार्म कर सकता है। 1.4 Software. Till now, we have studied about the physical component or the hardware of computer system. हम फिजिकल और हार्डवेयर कंप्यूटर सिस्टम के बारे में पढ़ चुके हैं। नाउ हमारा नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन है सॉफ्टवेयर। The software is these the hardware need to be operated by a set of instructions. These set of instructions are refers to as software. It is that component of computer system. सॉफ्टवेयर भी एक कंप्यूटर सिस्टम का पार्ट है जो हार्डवेयर को ऑपरेट करने के काम आता है। सॉफ्टवेयर को हम फिजिकली टच नहीं कर सकते हैं बट इसको हम विजुअली देख सकते हैं। सॉफ्टवेयर हार्डवेयर जो है कंप्यूटर सिस्टम को कंप्लीट करते हैं। The software comprise of set of instruction which execution delivered desired outcome. किसी भी आउटकम को गेन करने के लिए हम सॉफ्टवेयर का यूज करते हैं। In other words, each software is written in some computational purpose. Some example of software include operating system like Ubuntu, Windows 7, 10, 11, word processing tools like LibreOffice Writer or Microsoft Word, video players like VLC, photo editor like Paint and LibreOffice Draw, a document or image stored on the hard disk or pen drive is referred to as soft copy. Once printed, the document and or an image is called hard copy. Need of software. The sole purpose of software is to make computer hardware useful and operational. A software knows how to make different hardware components of a computers work and communicate with each other as well as with the end user. We cannot talk or interact with the hardware or of a computer directly, hence software acts as an interface between human users and hardware. Depending on the mode of instruction with hardware and functions to be performed, software can be broadly classified into three categories: system software, programming tool, and application software. The categorization of software: system software, the software that provides basically function to operate computer while interacting directly with it, constituent constituent hardware is termed as system software. System software with which directly interacts with the computer hardware. A system software knows how to operate and use different hardware components of a computer. It provides service directly to the end user or to some other software. Example of system software include operating systems, system utilities, device driver, etc. Operating system. As the name implies, operating system is a system software that operates the computer. An operating system is the most basic system software without which other software cannot work. ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जब तक आपके हार्डवेयर में इंस्टॉल नहीं होगा आपका कोई भी एप्लीकेशन सॉफ्टवेयर काम नहीं कर सकता. तो दिस इज अ बेसिक सॉफ्टवेयर ऑफ अ कंप्यूटर सिस्टम. ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जैसे कि विंडोज, लिनक्स, मैकिन्टोश, Ubuntu, Fedora, Android, iOS, etc. These are operating systems. System utilities, software used for maintenance and configuration of the computer system is called system utility. Some system utilities are shipped with the operating system. For example, disk defragmentation tool, formatting utility system, restore utility. Another set of utilities are those which are not shipped with the operating system but are required to improve performance of a computer system. For example, antivirus software, disk cleaning tool, disk compression software, etc. Device driver, as the name signifies, a purpose of a device driver is to ensure proper functioning of a particular device when it comes to the overall working of a computer system. The operating system as the name signifies, the purpose of device driver is to ensure proper functioning of a particular device when it comes to the overall working of a computer system. The operating system does the work, but every day new devices and components are being added to a computer system. Device driver, as the name signifies the word of a device driver is to ensure proper functioning of a particular device when it comes to the overall working of computer system. The operating system does not the work, but every day new device and components are being added to a computer system. It is not possible for operating system alone to manage all of the existing and new peripherals, where each device has diverse characteristics. The responsibility for overall control, operation, and management of a particular device at the hardware level is delegated to its device driver. The device driver acts as an interface between the device and the operating system. It provides required service by hiding the details of operation performed at the hardware level of the device. Just like a language translator, a device driver acts as a mediator between the operating system and the attached device. डिवाइस ड्राइवर किसी भी न्यू पेरिफेरल डिवाइस के अटैच या डिटैच होने की इंफॉर्मेशन जो है वो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम को देता है. ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम डिवाइस ड्राइवर के थ्रू हार्डवेयर कंपोनेंट को ड्राइव कर पाता है या यूज कर पाता है. Application software. The system software provides the core functionality of the computer system. However, different users need the computer system for different purposes depending upon their requirement. Hence, a new category of software is needed to cater to different requirements of the end user. This specific software that work on top of the system software is termed as application software. There are again two broad categories of application software: general purpose and customized application software. General purpose software. The application software developed for generic applications to cater to bigger audience in general are called general purpose software. Such ready-made application softwares can be used by end user as their requirement. For example, spreadsheet tools, LibreOffice, Calc can be used by any computer user to do calculation or to create an account sheet. Adobe Photoshop, GIMP, Mozilla Web Browser, iTunes, etc. What in the category of general purpose software. Customized software. These are custom or tailor-made application software that are developed to meet the requirement of a specific organization and individual. They are better suited to the needs of an individual or an organization. Considering that they are designed as per special requirements, some examples of user-defined software include websites, school management software, accounting software, etc. It is similar to buying a piece of cloth with a specific color and fabric and get it stitched as desired. customer जनरल पर्पस सॉफ्टवेयर और कस्टमाइज सॉफ्टवेयर में यही डिफरेंस होता है. जनरल पर्पस सॉफ्टवेयर जो होते हैं वो सारे लोगों के लिए कॉमन होते हैं, जैसे मोजिला फायरफॉक्स हो गया, इंटरनेट एक्सप्लोरर हो गया, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ऑफिस हो गया. दीज आर जनरल पर्पस सॉफ्टवेयर. बट कस्टमाइज्ड सॉफ्टवेयर इज which made for special purpose like accounting, banking. These are user defined. जो यूजर के अकॉर्डिंग काम करते हैं, यूजर के अकॉर्डिंग बनाए जाते हैं. CRMs हो गए, ये सारे के सारे जो सॉफ्टवेयर होते हैं ये कस्टमाइज सॉफ्टवेयर होते हैं. Proprietary or free and open source software. Developers of some software allow public to freely use their software along with source code with an aim to improve further with each other helps. Such software is known as free and open source software, FOSS. For example, the source code of operating system Ubuntu is freely accessible for anyone with the required knowledge to improve, add new functionality. More examples of FOSS include Python, LibreOffice, OpenOffice, Mozilla Firefox, etc. Sometimes software are freely available for use, but source code may not be available. This software is called freeware. Some examples for freeware are Skype, Adobe Reader, etc. When software to be used has to be purchased from the vendor who has the copyright of the software, then it is proprietary software. Example of proprietary software include Microsoft Windows, Tally, Quick Heal, etc. A software can be freeware or open source or proprietary software depending upon the terms and conditions of the person of group who has developed and released the software. यहाँ पर 3 टाइप के सॉफ्टवेयर की कैटेगरी है प्रोप्राइटरी, जिनका राइट किसी एक ग्रुप या फिर किसी एक पर्सन के पास होता है जो उसको रिलीज करता है। फ्रीवेयर जो कि फ्री होते हैं बट उनका सोर्स कोड जो है वो हमें नहीं मिल सकता, हम फ्रीली उसको यूज़ कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि स्काइप, एडोब रीडर, ये सारे सॉफ्टवेयर हम यूज़ तो कर सकते हैं फ्री में, बट उनके सॉफ्टवेयर्स में कोई भी चेंजेस नहीं कर सकते। ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर जिनको हम यूज़ भी कर सकते हैं और उनके सोर्स कोड भी अवेलेबल होते हैं, जिससे हम उसमें कुछ अपने हिसाब से कस्टमाइजेशन कर सकें या डेवलप कर सकें। यहाँ पर हमारा चैप्टर होता है ख़त्म। अब हम इस चैप्टर से रिलेटेड 20 MCQs नेक्स्ट सेशन में करेंगे। थैंक यू।